Hi there, everyone. This is our end of term update for the spring term. And what I'm going to do in this is just give you a flavour of some of the interesting things that our learners have been involved in this term, and then finish with a bit of an insight into some interesting things that we've got planned for the future as well. So, firstly, we've had a group of year sevens who are involved in a poetry project, which has involved a visit to Manchester Art Gallery. They're working with a poet as part of this work, and we're looking to get to get their poetry exhibited later on this school year. So that's something that they're part of the way through, and there'll be a bit more information about later on in the term. Our year nines through Enterprise have been involved in an ITV media camp, and they've been very successful at that because they're through now to the regional rounds of the competition, where they're going to be pitching their ideas for TV shows to ITV executives. So, amazing experience for those year nines that are involved in that. We've had learners as well across a number of different year groups working with an artist from the Holocaust Education Trust. And the work that our learners have done has been on display at Bolton Museum during this term as well. Some of which you can see there, and you can click on the link and find out a bit more. Our learners have also taken part in a swimming gala this term, and Oliver from year 10 won the gold in the intermediate race for butterfly. So, congratulations to Oliver for that. And our learners across all year groups are involved in a festival of speaking, which again you can not just hear about, but where you can hear the work that our learners produced as part of that if you click onto the link there and go to the website. So that's been a brilliant celebration of all of the different languages that are spoken here, Ladybridge. And yeah, that was just a great celebration, really. So please do click on the link and find out a bit more. Our learners have also tasted a lot of success this term in the pentathlon competition that we always take part in, and our learners were second across all of the schools in Greater Manchester this term. So that's a real achievement. So well done to the learners that were involved in that. We also really enjoyed World Book Day here at Ladybridge, and we worked alongside Beaumont Primary School on the day, which was absolutely brilliant. So, again, click on the link and find out more. And find out more too when you click on the link there about the work our learners engage with as part of National Careers Week. And that wasn't just for the year 11s, that was all years, which really links to us trying to get our learners to think about the future right from the start of their time with us in year 7. And it was year 7 who engaged, very much linked to that, in some STEM activities, working with Network Rail earlier on this term. So, yeah, you can find out more. And if you click on the link, there's not a link for the next one. This is workshops that our year 9s were doing. There are a number of different things that our learners in year 9 have been involved in, linked to grooming, really, and linked to keeping our learners safe. So we work with an organisation called Round Midnight, who raise awareness of knife crime, and our learners used VR sets as part of that. Some of our staff did too, which was quite an incredible experience. I experienced it too, which was yeah, quite something. And we also work with an organisation called Brave, which stands for Building Resilience Against Violent Extremism, and had a visitor into school to work with our year 9s as part of that. Our year 11s have had a couple of educational visits this term. Firstly, through the Cambridge Nationals course, our sports studies students have been up to the lakes to Fell Foot, which was an incredible day. You can see a photo from their day there. And we also took a group of year 11s, I think it's about 60 year 11s, spent the weekend away, the weekend before last, going on a maths residential to the Whitemoor Lakes, which is in Staffordshire. The weekend provided a great opportunity to study maths, working with our maths team, but also to engage in just some enjoyable team team spirit experiences as well, which helps to get them in the right sort of mental place as well for the summer exams, which before we know it will be upon us. And there's some amazing things that are happening during personal development time. There's kind of too much to tell you about to do with personal development. It really does go from strength to strength. So I've just cut out a snippet of the learner bulletin, which goes out at the start of the week, which you can see there. And I'm just going to tell you about some of the things that have been going on linked to personal development. Our learners were really passionate about taking some positive action linked to the war in Ukraine. So they asked if they could gather some donations together to send to Ukrainian refugees, and that's exactly what we've done. So a few weeks ago, our learners took those donations to the Polish Centre in Bolton, and they've now been transported to Poland for the Ukrainian refugees that have crossed over the border there. And it also, well, that work stirred up a lot of debate about what more could we do and what more should we do to help to tackle issues in different parts of the world where there's human rights abuses and where there's conflict. And what we decided to do there, and this is really led by our learners, is to start a global community hub, which is every Tuesday at dinner time in Mrs. Bates' room. And there's some ideas that have stemmed from that group linked to fundraising, and there's some other fundraising that our learners are doing to raise money for a charity called Mind Your Step, which is a mental health charity. And many of our learners are engaged in sponsored walks where they're going for a walk at the start of the day with the form group to raise money for this charity. So yeah, there's so much more that's been going on during personal development time. That's just a bit of a flavour of it. We've been doing a lot of collaboration as well this term, reaching out to work with other schools, with some really innovative and successful schools from different parts of the UK, working with schools such as School 21, which is in London, and we had a visit of a number of educators, including Peter Hyman, who is from the Big Education group of schools. We've been to visit and worked with XP School this term, with the Studio School in Liverpool, and with Matthew Moss High School in Rochdale. And that work is linked really to plans we've got for the future of the school, which I think are really exciting. And they all link to the trivium approach to learning, which we've talked about before with parents, but there's no doubt that the pandemic sort of slowed down turning the trivium into reality. So let me briefly sort of communicate what I mean by that. What we mean by the trivium is firstly, knowledge, learning something new from an expert. Secondly, exploration, which is about taking the learning deeper through questioning, through debate, and through authentic experiences. And thirdly, through our learners having to perform and present their learning to others, which links to the communication pillar. And many of the things that I've just taught you through link to those three pillars. And we want to do more of that. We want to really bring learning to life. And we believe that develops our learners' independence and their agency, preparing them both for the exams that they sit at the end of year 11 and preparing them for life beyond those exams. And I think you will see a lot more evidence of that over the next 12 to 18 months at the school. So we're really excited by those plans that we've got for the school and to provide an education which mirrors to some extent the kinds of experiences and the kind of education that often you see in fee-paying schools. That's what we're looking to provide for our learners, really providing more than the mainstream offer that you typically see within schools. So as part of that, we've got Learning for Life days planned for the summer term, which, if you recall, we did during last academic year as well. And as part of that, there will be exhibitions of learning that will take place on the 20th of July. So that's a date to keep free if you can keep it free, to visit the school to find out what our learners have done during those days. Many of those days involve educational visits and experiences, and then our learners having to present what they've learned. So again, it really fits with this Trivium approach to education. And we want to really get you on board with this. And we're inviting parents into school on the 3rd of May. There's a flyer there that you can see within the letter to join us for what we're calling a community partnership breakfast. We're inviting former learners to that, business leaders, community leaders to work with us to look at ways in which we can further bring learning to life and really prepare our learners for the future. There's a form within the letter that you can complete if you wish to attend that. And there's also a form out at the moment about academisation. So I told you about this last Friday, and the link is there if you want to join the consultation. And if you want to meet with the CEO of the Watergrove, Mark Morehouse, and that is on the 24th of April at 5 p.m. And to finish, just to let you know that we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get in touch with us. And a really easy way in which you can get in touch with us is via the year group email. So many thanks for reading this and for watching this and for your brilliant support this term. I hope you have an enjoyable Easter break over the next couple of weeks. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.